It's time for a fresh start in 2019. I'm going to be even more inconsistent with uploads this year. Right everyone, and welcome back to Season 16 of Apex Online Racing F2 on Xbox One, and we're here today for the 9th round, I think, of the season. Might be round 8 actually. I think it actually is, because of course we didn't have Canada yet. So yeah, this is the 8th round of the season then, the Austrian Grand Prix. I would say one of my favourite tracks, although I'm not sure it is as much on this game. It's hard to sort of say really, but certainly on the sort of like the past few games, it's been one of my favourites, and it's still one I quite like to drive. But yeah, still got to wait to see really if it's a track that I enjoy a lot on this game. But yeah, as you can see, it is a wet qualifying then. I think it started in heavy rain. I can't remember, that was quite a long time ago, but yeah, it was only on the inters at this point, and it was drying up, I think. So yeah, well, I can see some people set times on wets there. So yeah, we're coming towards the end of the lap now then on the intermediate tyres, and coming now then to the final corner. Try and get a good drive here then. As you can see, the lap times are tumbling at this point. So yeah, we cross line there, we actually go second. Now we did have time for another run, and yeah, you can see here then I've already dropped down to 15th by this point. Heading out of turn 4, and then we just get a screen freeze for like a second, and yeah, that's just any chance for the lap gone basically. So yeah, that's a big shame then, as Dralex goes off in front of us there as well. But yeah, that screen freeze just completely ruined our qualifying then. Not really sure where I would have gone without that, but it does mean that we're right near the bottom of the field then. May even been last, I think maybe second from last. I think someone had a quality button. But yeah, it's Holland then on pole from Verstappen, and yeah, LGS down on 13th, and yeah, we're 17th on the grid. So yeah, not looking too great for us, as we're now going to go to the race. It's time for race day then at a spectacular Red Bull Ring circuit here in Spielberg, Austria. And yeah, we're just moments away from the 8th round of the season starting here then in F2, and it's looking like much better conditions then actually than in qualifying. A little bit of light cloud, but yeah, the weather conditions at this point is looking pretty good, as we're here then today for our 16th league race in Austria. And yeah, I was saying before, it's a track that I do like, and we have had some decent success here. So 50% of races we finished on the podium. We've had 2 race wins as well, and this was actually the first league race we did sort of on F1 2015, so the first race of the current generation when we sort of returned to league racing after some time away. But yeah, we'll have to see then how we can get on today then, as we're now going to take a look at the circuit then. And one of the shortest on the calendar, only 10 corners, although in the dry it's really only 7, because there's a few sort of flat out kinks there. So it really is a sort of 7 corners really. And yeah, 3 DRS zones, and one of them is going to be, I think, down the pit straight then. I had a great battle here in AOR F2 in season 14, battling for the lead with Franglish and Bobbert, and yeah, Franglish came out on top on that occasion. Up into turn 3, heavy braking zone, should be some overtakes done there. I imagine that'll be a popular place for overtaking, and then down into the downhill right-hander of turn 4. That'll be where the 3rd DRS zone is. So yeah, I imagine sort of all 3 of those areas will be seeing quite a bit of action here today then. So yeah, looking forward to that then. Hopefully we can put that to good use and make our way through a field from 17th place, as we're going to be starting on the super soft tyres then. Of course, everyone will have the benefit of fresh tyres for this race, so yeah, we lose out on that particular advantage. So yeah, we're just have to wait and see then what tyres people go on there. It looks like the people around us are on the super soft tyres, so yeah, we'll just have to wait and see really what those field do then. Sort of, I feel like this is the best option for us. I think you can do ultra softs here, but it's a little bit difficult, I think, if you're not really on top of like the tyre wear and tyre temperatures. And some people actually, in fact the top 5 all starting on the ultra soft tyres then, and I think John and Melanie also, or no, Beefer, sorry, are also on the ultras. I couldn't see if there's anyone outside the top 10 who did as well. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And it looks like most people are on the super soft 10 along with us, so probably on a similar strategy to pretty much the majority of the field then here today. So it's looking like a straight race with the people around us, and hopefully we can find ourselves up in the points come the checker flag. The lights are on then. Away we go in Austria, and it isn't really the best start from us there, I don't think, as neither it was for our teammate either, but yeah, Murney, that meant had to go onto the grass there, and he's dropped a few places as we've dropped to the back then, as Smithson has overtaken us then, and we're down to last place, and we'll just maybe try and sit back here then through turn 2, and hope for a little bit of carnage here into the heavy braking zone in turn 3. As in they all go then, we're just going to sort of let the carnage unfold, but none of it does, so yeah, it wasn't really worth it there, and have to see if we can go right now then down towards turn 4, but it doesn't look like we're really close enough to X-Power to be able to overtake him here then, as there has actually been contact then up in front of us. There's a little bit of front wing there, it looks like it's come off, so looking like some people have already in the wars then, so yeah, maybe a few places gained for us there potentially. As round turn 7 I think this is, then there's contact in fact in front of us in between Smith and LGS. I think LGS has gone spinning. We have gained the place then because Hayden got caught up in that as well, and we've gained a couple of positions then, but that's unfortunately already sort of broken off this back group then from the rest of the field, so yeah, it's a bit frustrating. I think there is likely to be a few DRS trains in this race, what with there being 3 DRS zones, 3 long straights, and all of them with heavy braking zones, sort of relatively heavy I guess, but yeah, we're really going to have to try and get these places quite quickly then if we're going to try and catch up to the others, as X-Power goes very deep there trying to overtake Smithson, and yeah, we are going to take that position then up into P15, and then later on in the lap it looks like Ollie is struggling, so I think he does have front wing damage then, so yeah, should hopefully be able to pass him quite quickly here then, as round up and up the corner then, and well, at the last second he decides to go into the pit lane, and we had to hit the brakes there then to avoid hitting him, so yeah, that wasn't really too smart there, especially as that was mentioned before the race actually, that we were meant to take the pit entrance properly, and he was even mentioned for not doing that last time and getting penalised, so yeah, could see you pay attention to that, and yeah, we nearly ran to the back of him, and now that has just hit our momentum and we've lost the place of X-Power, so yeah, that's not really gone too well for us then, and yeah, we're just losing more and more time now then to that midfield group and sort of the front group, and already they're just looking like they're just drifting out of reach of us already after only a few laps, and it's really quite frustrating because, as I was saying, you do just get DRS trains at a track like this, and yeah, we just need to try and get out of this one then, and yeah, try and catch up if it's all possible, but yeah, we'll see the people in front of us are just sort of toning each other along, and yeah, so it's going to be very difficult for us to actually get anything from this at this point, as we had a look at X-Power there on that previous lap, but yeah, just couldn't quite make the move stick. We do get a good run now out of turn 1 now on lap 5, maybe up towards turn 3 here we can outbrake him. That's exactly what we're going to try and do then, up the inside, and it looks like we have made that stick, but he may come back at us, although we were ahead at the detection point, so we do have DRS to defend, and it looks like we are just about able to do that then, unless he manages to outbrake us here, and he doesn't, so yeah, we're up to 14th place then. Hopefully we can now catch up to some of the others, and we do catch up to Jork after a few laps, but I think he did have front wing damage from an instant at the start, so yeah, that's partly why, as B for pits, Jork runs off the track there, and yeah, we're going to gain a couple of positions from that then, as yeah, Sauber in quite early, so that may hurt him later on. We have to do a 2-stop then, and yeah, we're up now then to 12th position, and McLaren right, I'd say, although with front wing damage, but he is still going to get a good run here then up towards turn 3. We're going to defend the inside, but yeah, that was no good, so yeah, well, it looked like he's going through there, but he outbraked himself lightly. That front wing damage probably playing a part, so yeah, we managed to maintain position. He is going to get another good run here then. We're just going to try and defend the inside line again, hope for the same thing to happen this time, and yeah, he breaks earlier that time, and yeah, we maintain our position. Then we skip a few laps, most people pitting, who were on like ultra softs. So that put us up in 4th place, although we started a bit. But then Bollocks is off the road. I think he had a collision with Franglish down that straight, and yep, he has spun out there then, so that moved us up in position. And then at the end of that lap, we are now going to pit then for our one stop in this race and see where we have come out then. So being on our own for like a few laps may well have benefited us, because you know there were sort of people like maybe benefiting from having DRS and staying with each other, but it's possible that they were holding each other up, and we've seen that Bollocks got involved in an incident, so maybe some other people lost time through the same thing. As we come out of the pits then, and we are up into 12th position then, so we have made some gains then during the pit window. So yeah, we do drop to 13th as Beefer comes out in front of us, but he is on the super soft, so he will be pitting again at some point, as we do have now X Power then who stay out longer than us, and we regain that position then, so we are back up to 12th, so not too far from the point at this point. So yeah, there's still a chance then if a couple of people drop out that we could end up in the points here, as we get a good run then on the Sauber then coming out of turn 3. He's going to go defensive, so we'll just try and stick to the racing line, hope we can try and outbrake him. Going to try and go right around the outside here then. It's going to be very close, but it looks like he's just about got enough on this occasion to stay ahead of us then, and we're going to have to try again probably on the next lap into that same place, or try and catch him up somewhere else. But yeah, actually into the penultimate corner he has a big slide there. I think he took a little bit too much curb, and yeah, he's out of shape then for the final corner, and we're going to cut underneath, get DRS, and yeah, we're going to move ourselves up into 11th position then, and hopefully try and pull away now then, because he's not on the same strategy as us, so yeah, we don't really want to be like losing too much time battling with him. And then Welty, I think, who is maybe still out from the start. I'd be amazed if he is, but I think he had a puncture, so I'm not sure, but yeah, he had a puncture, so that moves us up into the points. And then on lap 22 it starts to rain, which is a lot earlier. I think I forgot to mention, but I'm pretty sure like the last window on the weather forecasting was rain. So yeah, this was actually quite early, but yeah, it just never really like settled on the track, and the track stayed dry enough for dry tyres for the rest of the race. But we did lose time to X Power, who did catch us back up, and he goes remove then into turn 3, does outbrake himself a little bit and run into us, but looks like we were just about going to maintain a position then, and he did back off after that. So yeah, we're going to maintain 10th position for the time being, and we did manage to hang on to it then for the rest of the race. There's only a lap and a half to go after that, but yeah, a bit of a quiet race. As I say, I think we really did just lose touch in like the first few laps really, and it was always going to be difficult for us to recover it. But nonetheless then, we cross line and we do take 9th placing in then, because Pillsbury had a lot of penalties, and yes, I guess it could have been worse, that one, considering. So yeah, not too bad a result. Another points finish, and it is another 1-2 then. I say another 1-2 for Force India, but I can't remember if that's their first one or not, but they have been winning a lot of races, so yeah, that's yet another one for them then, as yeah, it was more so from Holland then, with Verstappen in 3rd, and yeah, Rosberg 4th, Melanie 5th, and yeah, LGS unfortunately outside of the points then in 14th position. As yeah, we'll take a look now then at the standings after this race, and it was more so then who's now had 2 wins in a row, and it was in fact a 1-2 last time out for Force India. So yeah, once again then it's more so outscoring Holland, and yep, he's in some great form at the moment and could still well challenge his teammate for the title, it's looking like, as yeah, the gap is only 48 points, but he is now up to 2nd and then overtaking Melanie, as yeah, we stay in no, we've actually dropped a couple of positions then to 12th, but there were penalties after this, and I think Franglish got a penalty for that incident with Bobbitt, so yeah, he dropped down to maybe 10th or 11th, I'm not sure, and we moved up to 8th, so I don't actually think that affects our position, but we do have a couple more points then. So yeah, we take well, we move up then to 29 points then, so just 1 point behind John at this stage. And yeah, that's it then for this round. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like if you did. I shall see you next time. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.